this is it, the finished product of the real grade Tallgeese. What do you guys think? So as I mentioned in my unboxing video, I'm not going to add any panel lines onto Tallgeese, and I have only given it a very minimum of polish just to hide a few of the cut marks, but majority of the parts, the cut marks are not visible, which is great. And another reason why I have decided not to polish this Tallgeese is because the body armor is made of a special molding technique. So as you can see, the majority of the white body armor, they are very shiny. It is almost like a glossy finish. As you can see from the shield, it is very reflective, which is super cool. In terms of details, this Tallgeese has a lot of moving parts. The articulation is amazing. There are a lot of opening parts as well to see the internal structure. So my thought about the real grade Tallgeese is I am extremely impressed with it. Even though it is a 1:144 scale, it packed a lot of details in such a small scale model. So in a minute, I will be showing you all of the articulation for the arms and legs, as well as the weapons and the backpack. There are a lot that I want to show you guys. And at the moment, you can see Tallgeese is standing on his feet, and you can see the pilot, Sex, is standing next to him as well. Yes, this real grade Tallgeese does come with the 1:144 scale pilot as well, which is super cool. And in terms of the articulation of this Tallgeese, it is probably better than any high grade, and kind of what I expect from a real grade, to be honest. For the color separation, what you see is pretty much what you get straight out from the box. You have the red, yellow, white, dark gray. I think those are the primary colors. You do have some of the clear parts, which I will show you in a few moments. Mainly is the eye unit, but now I have already added the metallic blue stickers, so you probably won't see the clear parts. The other clear parts that come with the kit are the beams for the beam sabers, which I will also show you in just a moment. So later on in the video, I am going to have all of the panels opened on the Tallgeese, and I will also put him on the display stand just to strike a different pose as well. So for now, let's take a moment and appreciate all of the details and the fine finishing of the real grade Tallgeese. So with this Tallgeese build, I have used most of the parts by following the installation guide. I do have some kind of spare parts that I haven't cut out, and these are on runner F, and you can see there are some posting hands. So you have the trigger hand, you have the hand that is for holding the beam sabers as well as the back cover for the hand. I haven't used those because I have only cut out the holding fist as well as the open hand, which I'll show you here. There are two, obviously, one for the left hand and one for the right hand, and they are fairly detailed, as you can see. The open hand positions is actually really nice. So in a few moments, I will be posting the Tallgeese with the open hands. really liked the opening hands. It does look pretty amazing. So the other spare parts are, you get the usual transparent parts. So these are the pink beams for your beam sabers. I haven't cut them out yet. I'm not sure if I will be using them. And for these Tallgeese model kit, it also comes with the runner H1, and these you also find a couple of the clear beams for the beam sabers as well. And I know some of you have commented the pink beams are a bit soft, they're very flexible, whereas the clear ones is slightly harder, but it's still flexible. I think they're probably made of a similar material, but I think the clear one looks pretty cool. Or maybe I just get bored of the usual pink ones. I think if Tallgeese come with the blue beams, that might be quite nice, but nevertheless, I won't be using this, so it doesn't matter. Next is the decal sheets that comes with the real grey Tallgeese. As you can see, I have used almost all of the metallic decals apart from number 1 and 2, so they are for the shoulder armor. I didn't want to add them because they are stickers, so I'm not sure how good or bad they will look on the Tallgeese. I rather keeping it as the clean look and only use the main stickers to define Tallgeese, and also the metallic parts you can see by the joints as well as on the weapon. I think they look quite cool on its own, but for the rest of the matte finish decals, I don't think I'll be using them because they probably won't look good on the white body armor, as you can see the cutout lines, and definitely you will see the decal sticking out on any darker color. So like this, I've only added a few on the cannons just to bring out some details, but ideally I would rather not to use them at all. And I kind of wish moving forward Bandai could provide us with the dry transfer or water slice instead of the normal stickers. I mean, these are more like for beginners and they don't look that great, to be honest. And that's pretty much it, what you get from the real grey Tallgeese building kit. This doesn't come with a display stand, so if you want to lift the Tallgeese up in the air, you will have to find your own display stand, unfortunately. So coming back to Tallgeese, I'm sure you guys have had a fairly good look of the Tallgeese. So what I will do next is to show you all of the moving parts. So bear with me 1 second, I will have to pretty much strip down the entire Tallgeese in order to show you all of the moving parts. Bear with me 1 second, guys. First thing first, let me show you guys the pilot. So this is 1:144 scale, and it is quite detailed in terms of the molding. So for those of you who are into coloring, you'll have a lot of fun painting this segs. It's very, very cool. And it is very, very small. So that's my index finger. So you probably need a magnifying glass when painting this figure. Next, we have the open hands. So here you can see the details of the open hands. They are very, very cool. I always preferred open hands than the weapon holding fist or trigger hands. But especially this one, I think the hand posture is really, really cool. So I would definitely be using these before I put the Tallgeese into my display cabinet. Next, I will show you all the weapons, the backpack, the arms, as well as the legs. Give me 1 second, guys. Right, I'm ready. So, first we take a look at the head unit of Tallgeese. So here you can see the metallic blue sticker on the eye unit. So that sticker was applied on a clear plastic to give the eye definition. And then, as you can see, this color separation of the head unit is pretty good. So it's mainly red, yellow, white and grey. You can't see the clear parts, unfortunately, but the details is pretty good. And as expected, it has a socket for the ball joint at the bottom. Obviously you can use panel liners to bring out those details on the yellow parts, as well as all the vents on the head unit. Next we have the torso, or the chest unit. And again, you can always use panel liners to bring out those details, but I decided to keep it as a clean version. I think it looks better and less messy. So look at all of those details at the back. It's really, really cool. So with this one, there's actually quite a lot of moving parts. So here, the ball joint for the head, I think you can move it slightly forward and backward, only just a bit. And this small white area is movable. I think it to give extra room for when you're lifting or ducking the head. And then here, I might need to use something to help me. Bear with me 1 second, guys. So here at the chest area, you could open this, and also here it's like opening for the cockpit area, but there is no figure inside. It's just for show, but at least the detail is there. Let's close it back up. And then the arms, I have extended them out to give more articulation, so you can bring it all the way forward or slightly backwards. But normally you can press that so it goes in like so. See the difference? Like that. So your two shoulders won't be too far apart if you do that. And then onto the backpack joints, there's actually quite a lot of bent. So that's one here, and also at the top you can adjust that as well. And there's that hinge here as well if you want to tilt it at an angle, but not a lot. And it is the same on the other side. And also you can adjust the angle as well. Pretty cool. For the torso area, so there is a mechanism here. It normally locked itself, but if you lift this part open, it's quite difficult. There you go. So if you lift that part open like that, now the torso can be moved, and then you can lock it back into position by pressing that in. That's locked. Next we have the side skirt, the butt flap, and the kind of torso area. So first of all, take a look at the details, and then on the underside where you linked the legs, there is a moving part here at the back in order to give you better articulation. So you can move that forward like so. So now you swing that forward so you can do the front kick. Let's move this back. And then this front armor, if you lift this, the thruster will come out as well. See it? Like when you press it back in. It's quite tight. There you go. So you lift this and the thruster comes out, and then you press it in. The armor will go in as well, like that. And then the side skirt has got a ball joint first and second, so there's a lot of movement. And you could swing it front and back as well. It's the same as the other end. And then the back armor, there's a hinge there. You can move that, and you can also open the thrusters, so they are independent. So let's open that one as well, and open the other one again. And there's a ball joint at the top, so you can swing them open at an angle, which is cool. And that's the thruster and the metallic stickers that I have applied right here. And here there is also a two-way ball joint underneath each of the side skirt, so you can link that to the upper leg, so it follows the movement of the legs as well. But you might find it a bit annoying after a little while because they will keep popping out. Okay, what shall we look at next? Let's look at the arms. So here are your left and right arms. They are almost identical, so I'll just show you one. So the shoulder armor, you can lift that and drop it. Here there is a flap that you can flick it open, and there's an adapter for you to hook onto the cannon or the shield. But when you're not using them, you can just close this, which is cool. And then the arm has a rotating joint, and the fist has a ball joint as well, so you can move all of that. And you can always fold the arm as well. That's another metallic sticker right there. So with the arm, it's actually quite nice. So you can bend it close to 180, but not quite. But the articulation and the armor, it moves as you bend, and they separate as well, which is very cool. I'll show it to you again. Okay, next we have the left and right legs. So again, I'll just show you one. At the back you can see the shiny sticker here in the middle, and take a look at the body armor. Look how shiny they are. The reason why I have decided not to polish this Tallgeese, because I just don't have to. It looks really, really good already. So, in terms of the articulation, for the foot, there is a joint there, so you can turn inwards or outwards, and you can tilt it like that, or forward would be like that. And the toe bit, you can bend it up slightly like that, not by much, but you can move it for sure. And then you have a two-way joint there to connect to the hips. I'm not going to show you that, it's quite common. And then take a look at the articulation between the upper leg and the lower legs. So you can pretty much fold it close to 180 degrees. And here you can see the mechanism as well. I'll show it to you again. It's very, very neat. Show it one more time. It's very, very cool. Here you can see there's another shiny sticker there, and it's quite hard to see, it's just in there. And then there's another one here inside. But the legs is really, really cool with the gimmick of part separation when you're bending the knee. It's really, really cool. And then let's take a look at the weapons. So here you have the cannon. There are a few moving parts like that. The magazine can be removed. And I think the handle is on a ball joint, so you can move that as well. And you can swivel it out like that, bring it out, turn that ball joint so you can hold it on the side. But normal position would be straight like that. And then there's a separate handle that you can bring out. You just need to bend it like so. Pretty cool. And in terms of the barrel itself, it can be extended, not by much, just a little bit. And the rear mechanism also move. You can press that in, and when you push the barrel in, it will push out the back end like that. Very nice. And there's a moving part here as well. And I do like the blue laser guide as well. It's very nice. And here you can see the stickers that I have applied onto the cannon. Looks pretty awesome. And then here where you connect the cannon onto the right shoulder, there's a lot of ball joints and links, so you can adjust it as much as you want. There's loads of links there, so you can definitely position it to how you want it. Moving on to the shield, just take a look at it. Look how shiny that is. It's very, very cool. And even when you apply the bigger sticker of the logo, it doesn't have, I mean, the decals, it sticks to the curved surface really well, and there's no fold mark, there's no air bubbles as such, which is really cool. And then here you can see the details at the back of the shield. So these beam sabers handle, you can swivel them, and if need be, remove them and connect to the beams for posing. Otherwise you just tuck them back in and you can fold them in as well. That's the normal position. And also the handle can be folded outwards. And again, similar to the right hand side cannon links, there's a lot of joints here for you to position the shield. But the details, it's really, really cool. And I do like how Bandai has molded this Tallgeese into the gloss finishing. It's really, really nice. And finally, we have the 2 backpack, and possibly is one of the highlight of Tallgeese. There's a lot of moving parts. So first you lift this right hand side, you pull this bit further down until it clicked like that, and you adjust the thruster to point outwards, and then you open up the opposite side like that, and you also adjust the thrusters. Next, you also open these 2, so they open out like that, and then you can see the details of the thrusters, which is really cool. Just imagine if you airbrush this with like a metallic or gunmetal color, it will look really, really cool. So what's next is you can pull the top outwards. Oops, not like that, but it does come out somehow. Right, here it is. Let me try and show you again. It is quite tricky, but it does work. So you pull the thrusters down, and this part here will pop up together with the 2 sides open out as well. So let's try it again. It's really tight, and it is a little bit flimsy. There you go. See it? This part is now popped out. Try again. Push it back in and then pull out. Ooh, it's not the easiest thing to do, that's for sure. There you go. Now that bit is open up, and then you can open the flaps fully open. So There you go. You can see the full details of the backpack thrusters. So in a moment I will put all the parts together and I'll try and show you guys with all of the panels opened as well. So give me a couple of minutes and then I will bring Tallgeese back together in one piece. There you are guys, I have put all the parts back together to form Tallgeese, and I have also left all of the panels opened so you can see all of the details from this model kit. I have also put the pilot segs on the right hand, as you can see, just to show the scale, and I believe this will be the final position for me to put Tallgeese into my display cabinet. I hope you guys like it. So just to give you guys the comparison between Tallgeese and Caliban, they are pretty much the same size. Maybe Caliban is a little bit taller, but they are both 1:144 scales, so about the same size. And I think they look really cool together since they are both white. They are the cleaned version of my Gundam build. And you can see the Tallgeese body armor, they are a lot more shiny compared to the Caliban. The Caliban on the left has a matte white finish, and the Tallgeese has a glossy white color. So I hope you guys like this review video and the Tallgeese. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment below. Have fun with your model collections, building and model cars collection as well. And I will see you guys in my next video. Take care guys.